Hello, my name is Andreas. I work as professional video producer and social media consultant. Before we begin with this tutorial, what I'm going to show you is not recommended. If you're doing this with your own money, you are responsible for any losses that you take. I'm not a professional trader, so take everything that I say with a grain of salt. Today I wanted to show you how to manage losses, how to manage trades when they are in a loss for cryptocurrencies. So let's say we have the following scenario. So you analyze the charts. In this case, I'm looking at Dash. So it's going upwards, and let's say you bought in here and you got some profit out of it, and you bought in yet again and you got some profit out of it. And so you're like, okay, I buy in again here, but then the overall price starts to dip and it goes down, and you're like, okay, let's wait it out. Let's just wait it out. This is the first strategy that you can use, by the way, to manage your losses. Just wait it out. Eventually, this price that you have set here will be reached again, and you make some sort of profit, right? So you wait it out and you wait it out, and the price goes down and down and down, and then it goes up again. But as we can see from my crosshair, it never reaches this price again. So, okay, probably this candle and this candle and this candle reached some profit, but you would have waited. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you would have to wait 1 week for your trade to make some sort of profit. And this is also the main downside of waiting it out, because you can't use your money in that time frame. So if you went all in on one trade, your entire money is locked up in that trade, and you can't make any money with any other coin in the meantime. So this is one of the reasons, by the way, you don't want to get all in on just one trade, because you're basically locking up your entire money on this one thing, and if it doesn't work out, you're screwed. So I really don't recommend doing it. It's better if you are really, 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 really risky. You can use something like 1/8 of your entire account. Probably better still is to use something like 1/10 or something. Just a fraction of your entire account. So the next strategy is also relatively simple. Let's get back to this point. Let's say you bought in here, right? Let me see if I can draw. So let's say you bought in here. The price goes up, but you didn't sell. The price goes down. And now it's going past the price you bought in, right? And now the price is going past the price you bought in. At this point, you have another strategy that you could use. Just waiting it out, by the way, you would have made a little profit right around here. But this is just an example. I hope you understand. So let's say you see the price dip past your entry point. What you could do now is just open another sell order right around here. What this would do, let's say you bought in, I don't know, 10 Dash at this price. If you buy 10 Dash again at this price, your profit point would move to the middle of the two. And this already looks better than it did before, because you have a way more headroom than you did before, right? So you would put more leverage on the lower entry point than on the upper entry point. And this will eventually gradually move your profit point down to the new entry point. But the main downside of this strategy is you can't do this indefinitely, because let's assume, again, the same example, you bought 10 here, 10 here. This would move your new profit point to in the middle, right? 50-50. To move it now to, again, 1/2 of this new, so you would have, let's say, this is half, and now you would want to move it to 1/4 to the new entry point. So you have 3/4 at the old entry point. You would have to put double the amount of money on this lower entry point than on the upper entry point. So you would have to buy 20 dash to move it 1/4. And again, 1/8 with 40 dash. So you can quickly see how this turns really, really bad really, really quickly, because you're spending more and more and more money just to get a little lower entry, profit point, right? So while this is in theory relatively good, in practice, it's not always working that great. You really have to be careful with this, because if the price, like in this case, goes down even more, you now not only have 10 dash to sell, you have 20 dash to sell, or 30, or 40, or 50, right? So while you move the profit point down a little, you also increase your potential losses. So while I said this is great in theory, in practice, you have to be a bit careful. I would recommend to zoom out with your chart. Let's say to something along the lines of 3 months. And here we can now see that our previous entry point was really not that well chosen, because Dash was at an all-time high, and the chance of Dash reaching its all-time high or topping its all-time high in a 1 or 2 week time frame is relatively low. So it's probably better just to take your losses, just sell, and you always have to tell yourself, well, at least I'm getting some sort of money out of it, and I always can make more. You can always make more money, because in the end you will have some Bitcoin have left over, which you can use again to buy some Dash in the future, and hopefully your trades will be more successful then. But until then, you can use this strategy to lower your profit points by leveraging more money in your account. I hope you liked this tutorial. Leave me your feedback below. You don't have to give me likes. I don't need them. Have a good day. Until next time. Bye.